You probably heard someone say, if food falls on the floor, you can still eat it if you pick it up within 5 seconds.
Totally! Since I started following this rule, I feel like I've saved a fortune. Cake on the road? Pick and eat. Fried chicken in the gutter? Pick and eat. Rice cake in the toilet? Pick and...
Stop! You can't eat that! The so-called 5-second rule originated from the hypothesis of an American high school student in Chicago. She even won the IG Nobel Prize in 2004 for this quirky idea. Since then, the myth has spread far and wide. In 2016, American food microbiologist Donald Schaffner spent 2 years testing this rule. He conducted thousands of experiments, dropping foods like bread, watermelon, and gummy bears onto surfaces like stainless steel, tile, wood, and carpet. The conclusion? Bacteria move faster than you can grab food. The moment food touches the floor, bacteria are already invading it. Food! Hurry up, guys! So, even if you pick it up within 1 second, your food could already be hosting thousands of bacteria.
Nonsense! I've been doing this for years and I'm fine.
That's just luck. You've only encountered weak bacteria, which your immune cells easily defeated.
End it. Kill it.
But if you come across strong and aggressive bacteria, grab your frying pans, boys. Let's storm this body. Your immune cells might get overwhelmed, and symptoms like vomiting and diarrhea would be the mildest outcome. In severe cases, you might. So it's best to throw away food that falls on the ground.
Oh no! My bread fell on the floor. I'll just pick it.
Hey, don't! Every fig you eat might secretly contain a bunch of tiny insect bodies. Figs actually do have flowers, lots of them, hidden inside their bellies. Figs belong to the ficus genus, and their standout feature is that their flowers bloom inside the fruit. This creates a problem. Bees and butterflies can't see the flowers and can't help pollinate them.
Oh no! Without pollination, I'll have no seeds and no future.
However, the world never leaves fig without a way. A pregnant fig wasp, come here, desperately searching for a place to lay her eggs.
Oh no! I'm about to give birth! Help me!
The fig, always willing to lend a hand, invites the wasp inside its belly. The wasp lays her eggs in this cozy maternity ward and then died.
What? I tried to help, and now I'm stuck babysitting these kids.
The fig ends up raising the wasp larvae, nurturing them for 3 months. Eventually, the baby wasps grow up, find love inside the fig, and reproduce.
This fig is getting way too crowded. Time to move out.
The female wasps leave, carrying fig pollen with them as they fly off to find new homes.
Oh no! I'm about to give birth again! Help me!
She finds a new fig willing to help, lays her eggs, and pollinates the fig as a thank you gift. As for the male wasp left behind, they don't have wings and are stuck inside the fig, living their entire lives in solitude. Until... Wow! This fig tastes amazing! MFoodie, I'm so cultured! Have you ever wondered why instant noodles are curly? Let's compare it with straight noodles. Imagine instant noodle and straight noodle driving together and encountering a low clearance barrier. Ah! Instant noodle go through safely, while straight noodle bro crashes and dies. So, the wavy shape of instant noodle saves space. Next, they ride the subway during rush hour. When instant noodles are squished together, they remain intact, but when straight noodles are squished, oh no! Snap! Crack! Instant noodle stays intact, while straight noodle falls apart again. Thus, the curly design of instant noodles makes them more durable and easier to transport. Then they both fall into the ocean. The wavy shape of instant noodles allows them to float because the gaps make them soak water more quickly, softening faster. Straight noodles, however, clump together, sink to the bottom of the sea, and can't soften properly. Even if straight noodles manage to soften, a rescue team arrives with a fork. The fork easily picks up instant noodle bro. But when it tries to save straight noodle, grab me, please, no! The fork can't grab straight noodle and has to give up. Now I finally understand why I'm called straight noodles, because I keep getting hung out to dry. MFoodie, I'm so cultured. The Guinness World Records of the food world are truly next level levels of boredom. There's a Pakistani guy who smashed 247 walnuts with his head in 1 minute.
OMG, please stop. Look at your forehead. Stick along in there and you could totally play Erlang Chen.
An American guy sliced 8 apples in his mouth with a chainsaw in 1 minute.
Bro, for people who are clearly done with this world, all I can say is respect.
And a man from America popped 23 beverage cans with a whip in just 3 minutes.
Oh my goodness, he's wasting drinks.
And an Indian guy managed to stuff 459 straws into his mouth.
Come on, couldn't you have pushed a bit harder to make it 460? Practice harder next time.
A Siberian woman stuck 31 spoons to her face. That's quite a lot. Sis, that's really impressive. An Irish dude poked 3,170 toothpicks into his beard. What a waste of trees. Those toothpicks could have fulfilled their destiny cleaning teeth. But the absolute goat is a French grandpa known as the Iron Stomach King. He ate an entire 700-kilogram airplane over 2 years. From now on, just deploy him in air battles. He'll eat up the enemy planes. Wow, these records are even more pointless than the meals my mom cooked. MFoodie, I'm so cultured. Why do we put candles on birthday cakes? In ancient Greek mythology, Zeus had a daughter named Artemis, whose siblings were Athena and Apollo. Artemis was incredibly busy. She had a lot on her plate. As the goddess of the hunt, hunters prayed to her for a good catch. As the goddess of nature, travelers seeking a peaceful retreat had to pay their respects. As the goddess of archery and marksmanship, even modern ADC players might owe her a prayer. She was also the goddess of fertility, childbirth, and newborns, making her the go-to deity for family matters. But that's not all. Artemis also doubled as the goddess of the moon, war, death, healing, purification, and unmarried women. Truly, she was the workaholic of Greek mythology. With so many responsibilities, ancient Greeks built numerous temples in her honor. Let's prepare honey cakes as offerings to celebrate her annual birthday. But to really grab her attention, we need to light sacred candles on the cakes too. The mystical glow of the flames was believed to carry their prayers directly to the goddess herself. Over time, this tradition spread to everyday people, who started placing candles on birthday treats to make wishes, first for their children and eventually for everyone. And that's how the tradition of putting candles on birthday cakes began and continues to this day. MFoodie, I'm so cultured. If you ever find yourself transported back to 17th century Europe, don't bring gold, bring a pineapple. In 1496, Columbus brought pineapples back from South America to Europe. At that time, sugar production was still in its infancy, and pineapples, with their intense sweetness, quickly became a favorite treat among European nobility. However, Europe's climate was not suitable for growing pineapples, so to get a pineapple, it had to be shipped from overseas. Given the primitive shipping technology of the time, most pineapples would spoil by the time they reached Europe. This made having a fresh pineapple a truly monumental event for Europeans. In 1675, King Charles II of England received a pineapple and immediately hired an artist to paint a portrait of him with the fruit. Surprisingly, the pineapple was the focus of the painting, occupying the central position. At that time, a single pineapple was worth the equivalent of over 40,000 modern-day pounds. Recognizing the business opportunity, some entrepreneurs began renting out pineapples for events. Sir John, if we could place our pineapple in the center of the grand banquet in our 3,000 square foot castle, it will be the epitome of nobility. Just 666 gold coins per hour. Nobles would rent pineapples for a few hours, placing them at the center of their dinner tables during extravagant parties, which was a symbol of prestige. They had to return the pineapple after the event, of course. Guess what? At the time, China was the richest country in the world, and Europeans believed that the pineapple, a symbol of wealth, must have some connection to China. For some strange reason, pineapple motifs became associated with Chinese style. Two British ladies are chatting, one of them wearing a pineapple patterned dress.
Oh, Mrs. Mary, your outfit with its Chinese-inspired pineapple pattern is simply exquisite.
MFoodie, I'm so cultured. Don't blame chili peppers for being spicy. It's all because they believe the greatest unfilial act is to have no descendants. Long time ago, the ancestors of chili peppers weren't spicy at all, but they had a problem. They were balding with worry. Look at other plant seeds. They're protected by juicy fruit and tough shells. Animals eat them, poop them out, and voila! Mission, pass on the genes accomplished. Me? My seeds have no protection. Animals eat them, digest them, and poof, end of the line for me. I decide to make a change. Desperate to survive, the chili pepper decided to evolve. It developed capsaicin, an alkaloid that interacts with a receptor in mammals called TRPV1. This triggers a burning pain sensation, what we know as spicy. I lost my hair, but I gained power. Let's see who dares to eat me now. Sure enough, Mammo stopped munching on chilies. Oh no! I was so focused on stopping animals from eating me that now there's no one to spread my seeds. I'm still doomed to extinction. Just when all seemed lost, a bird swooped down and ate a chili pepper.
Tasty. Bye.
Turns out, birds don't have the receptors sensitive to capsaicin. They can't feel the spice. And even better, they don't digest chili seeds. Instead, they spread them far and wide, making birds the chili's new best friends. But then came humans. Unlike animals, humans didn't just eat chilies. They fried them, crushed them, and even pulverized them into chili powder. Yet, humans loved the spice. And through cultivation, they ensured chilies would never worry about extinction again. MFoodie. I'm so cultured. Can you believe that in the past, Europeans drank coffee using the saucers under their cups? When coffee arrived in Europe in the 16th and 17th centuries, it became an instant hit among the upper class. However, European ceramics at the time were heavy and clunky, totally unfit for the refined taste of nobles. They turned their eyes to the delicate porcelain tea sets imported from China, which included a small cup and a matching saucer, just like the ones used for Chinese Daiwan tea.
Miss Mary, this fine Chinese porcelain set is the height of luxury. Please give it a try.
Oh my, this is exquisite. Totally worth a house for this set. Ow, it's hot.
Unaccustomed to drinking hot beverages, Europeans didn't understand the Chinese method of sipping from the cup while using a saucer to cool the tea. Instead, they had a eureka moment. Oh, I get it. The saucer is for pouring out the coffee to cool it down. Genius! She then proceeded to drink straight from the saucer. Yes! Mary, how innovative. And thus, the trend of saucer drinking coffee spread across Europe by the early 18th century. After Germans figured out how to make porcelain, Europe began producing cups with handles, and people gradually transitioned to drinking from the cup itself. Even today, in parts of Northern Europe and Russia, it's still common to drink coffee or tea directly from the saucer, an enduring tradition from centuries ago. MFoodie, I'm so cultured. Can you believe it? Shiitake mushrooms are actually beaten to grow. In the world of mushroom farming, there's a magical technique. One of the most important steps in growing shiitake mushrooms is to roll up your sleeves. Grab a big hammer and give the mushroom logs a good whack. Afraid of me or not, totally, stop feeding me! Because apparently, only by giving the logs a good smack, they can grow more mushrooms. In other words, whack the log, get more mushrooms. Ancient people figured this out long ago and called it stimulating fruiting by log tapping. Meaning the mushrooms get so scared they grow more to survive. But this isn't some weird superstition. Mushrooms are made of these tiny, lazy mycelium threads that grow super slow.
Huh? What?
But when you hit the log, the shock makes the mycelium freak out and group together fast.
Help! Brother Josh! Uncle Judy! Quick! We need to band together!
And that's how they grow super fast and produce more, bigger mushrooms. Actually, a thunderstorm is even better than hitting them. When the lightning strikes, the mycelium totally loses it.
I can't take it. I'm gonna die.
And boom, the mushrooms cluster together and grow like crazy. So the next time you see shiitake mushroom, you can jokingly say, better taste good or I'll smack you. MFoodie, I'm so cultured. Believe it or not, in Australia, rabbits have become a total pest. Australia didn't have rabbits at all until 1859, when a European named Thomas Austin moved there. To satisfy his hunting desires, he brought 17 rabbits from Europe. But guess what? He had no idea how powerful rabbits' reproductive abilities were. A single female rabbit can have 60 babies in 1 year. And her daughters, after just 6 months, they can start having 60 babies per year too. Then after another 6 months, the granddaughters join the party. It's non-stop breeding. And within just 60 years, those original 17 rabbits multiplied into a shocking 10 billion rabbits. Soon, the land, the water, and even the skies of Australia were full of rabbits. The poor Aussies, with their stressed out faces, had to bring in the foxes to try to catch them. But guess what? The rabbits were too plentiful, and foxes became a problem before long. Darn it, but we have Plan B. We'll build a 3,000-kilometer fence to stop the rabbits. But, surprise, my friend, some of the rabbits were so strong, they dug deep tunnels and broke through the fence. Don't panic, we've got Plan C. We'll spread rabbit disease among them. What is this weird disease?
Help me, save me.
Rabbit disease spread like wildfire, and 99.9% of the rabbits died off. And Aussies were celebrating, thinking they had won. Meanwhile, the remaining 0.1% of rabbits have developed super antibodies to the disease and become super rabbits. Humans, you fools! You have no idea what real power is. With our breeding speed, taking over Australia is just a matter of time. MFoodie, I'm so cultured.